I'm not going to sit and pretend like I have all the answers, like I have all the answers why I was chosen, because I don't know the answers. And I don't really think I'm better than anyone else. I just ask for the I am to come into my life and change it. But the thing is that I was chosen before I even knew I was chosen. I was chosen before I even found out I was chosen. When I spoke to the mystic, I was already chosen before I even found out, long before I even found out. I would say prior 4 to 6 months. Anywhere from 4 to 6 months, I was chosen because the I Am sent me the sun in my dream. It was nothing I asked for. It just happened. It's just like I didn't do anything from my mind's eye to open up. It just opened up. Not something that I went and studied and listened and tried to get, try to find out how to do it. It just opened up. I don't know how. I can't explain it, but it just opened up. But then once I started learning exercises and stuff like that, but beforehand it was already open. But I can't explain to you why me. I ask myself that daily, all the time. Why me? The I Am has his choices, and I have no control over that. The I Am chose me before I even chose it, before I even surrendered to the I Am. Sent me his very first memory as my vision of people being pummeled by stones and rocks. And a lot of people think that the Bible, especially Revelations, when it comes to, the churches, and I saw this early on, when it comes to the candlesticks, when it comes to the lanterns, the 7 lanterns, when it comes to the white stone and all these things, I seen it already beforehand. Once the I Am started teaching me and guiding me 4 years prior till I started reading the Bible, I knew this was only for one person. And like I said, I don't think I'm better than anyone. I'm just like anyone else. I don't have a title. The title is, I have a title, but I have a position, but I'm not better than anyone else, is what I'm trying to say. It's just that this is a game that we're in. This is a game that's being played. And the reason why is because Satan is cunning. And the I Am is several moves ahead of Satan. Now the Bible titleizes things as a multitude can receive, when it's It only just took that one person to see that this is talking about not a multitude, it's talking about one person and one person only to receive, to open. And like I said, I'm not better than anyone else. I was just chosen. I don't know why. I can't explain it. And I know many of you are going to look down on me because of this. But facts are facts. I have no control over it. I just know that I was the one that was chosen to open the Book of Seven Seals. I just know that I'm the one that's on here speaking about the white stone, receiving the stone, which in fact, that stone that is speaking about with a new name in it, it's not even white. It's a bluish green stone. Just as well as Satan played with the calendar so no one would know the exact time of the Exodus, or would know exact time of where they were in, or what equinox or seasons, just as well as Satan played that hand. The I Am played the hand in the Bible, making Satan believe there's a multitude that can receive. Just look at it like this. When no one knew, when the kings didn't know the Messiah and who was the Messiah, so guess what happened? They went after all the children. They went after all the children, the male children. It's the same thing, you know. It's made to believe that a multitude can have, but only really one person is the one who's to receive it. I didn't ask for it. It was given to me. It was planned for me. Because I don't see like everyone else. And like I said, I'm not better than anyone else. But there's something about me that the I Am chose me, and I don't know what it is. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I Am chose me. But it did. I can't explain it. And I know many of you just out of disbelief, like these things can't happen. If you believe Yeshua is what I call I Am, you call the Father, sent His one and only to the begotten Son to the earth, what makes you believe it cannot happen a second time? But only this time, it's the Trinity that's walking the earth. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What makes you believe that it cannot happen this time? Like I said, it's a game. And they both played their hand. Satan messed with time. The I Am made you believe that it's a multitude that receives. but when it was just one being. So if you're confused about who's what, or who's doing what, or who's getting what, that's why the kings went after all of the boys, all of the children, because they were threatened, because they didn't know who was the one. They knew it was one, but they didn't know which one. But let's just say that they just said it was the whole multitude, and they would have just like they did anyway, wiped out all of them. It's the same thing as the I am when the Prince of Egypt, well, you call him a prince. What is his name? I don't know his name, but if you call him a king or whatever of Egypt, when he didn't want to let the people go, I am took all the firstborns, took all of them. So I am didn't make no distinction, but he exodus all the firstborn, and they were mourning everywhere. But that was a multitude of beings all at one time. So the I am made the world believe that just to ensure that the right person gets it. Like I said, I'm dyslexic. I don't like reading because I'm uncomfortable doing it, and especially in front of people. And I've done it quite a few times. I've always been embarrassed about it. I've always lied about, finishing high school. I've always lied about saying I, went to college and never finished high school. I was very highly embarrassed about being dyslexic. So, me being dyslexic, I probably wouldn't have not ever read the Bible. But it wasn't in the I Am's plan. Me doing bodybuilding was not, it was in the I Am's plan for me to read the Bible. But it wasn't in my plan to read the Bible because I'm dyslexic and it's very hard for me to read. And the I Am made it to where I would be able to have somewhat of the stamina to be able to read. The I Am gave me certain chapters to read. That's Ezra, Ezekiel, and Revelations. Revelations was the easiest for me to read. Even though there were some hard words in there, I had help. I had help from the inmates that I was surrounded with in Satan's kingdom. Some of them, not all of them, but a few that were there. When I didn't know a word, I would go and ask someone that I knew that was meek. But when I was told I was going to write a book 18 years ago, I said to myself, and this was a mystic that told me, I said to myself, did she know I'm illiterate? But I said it to myself, and this was 18 years ago. And I traveled 1,400 miles away And I was told by another mystic that I was going to write a book. And then I traveled 1,400 miles back here again. And another mystic told me that I was going to travel around the world and my name would be a household name. And I would be doing lectures on my book. And then I was told by the I Am. I said to the I Am, I say, you know the reason why I never read the Bible. I say, you know that I have a disability. And the I Am sent me a vision of clouds in a book. And the first thing I thought of when I saw the clouds, I thought of a being with big smiling eyes, big full cheeks, pooched out lips as if it's blowing out a candle, but breath is coming out, wind is coming out of its mouth. You've seen those figures where they have the jolly looking faces, big cheeks, and smiling big eyes and stuff like that. You've seen that before. This is what I thought when I saw that. But then I saw the book. I saw the book as being a diary. I saw it as being a ledger. But I also saw it as being a book of knowledge. And when I see that it was the breath of knowledge, this is how I interpreted that vision. So I was told 4 times, not just 4 times, but 5 times. In Satan's Kingdom, I was told by another man that you should write a book. I was already writing it when this person told me that. I never thought in a million years that I would have written a book, but I did. Every mystic that I came across told me that I was writing a book, and it was about revelation and about me. So this was already planned. It was meant for me to see this. Like I said, I'm dyslexic. So this was in the plan for the I Am. Many of you may not understand or understand or overstand. You may not get it. But this was a time that it was a need be that to make the adversary believe that it was a multitude to receive versus one. Because when it's a multitude, they can run frantically trying to disturb everything. But even if it was just one, they still would run frantically. But it would be more easier for them to figure it out. But once I was around dark entities and I was pushed into a situation and pushed into in Satan's kingdom, pushed more inside to myself and more toward the I Am, this is what the I Am's plan was. It was to not just to fool the masses, but it was to fool the demonic realm. And the I Am got exactly what it wanted. It knew exactly what it was doing. Like I said, I have no control over it. I had no control over it. The I Am sent the sun to me, sent the olive branch to me. I didn't ask for it. But 4 to 6 months down the line, I found out you're chosen. And I knew it was true when I heard it by the mystic, because the sun was right in my face in a dream. Me and the sun has a really, really close relationship, because when I was a child, like I said, my mother told me, if you don't stop looking at the sun, you're going to go blind. But I received from the sun what I needed to get. But when I was a child, I didn't know why I was doing it. I was just doing it. But I received it finally by a much, much later age. But it's by divine timing, and it's about prophet, and it's about prophecy. It is about prophecy. This is why. It's about prophecy. This was my main mission when I first started and I was awakened. This was, when I looked for synchronicity, I was looking for prophecy, synchronicity. I was looking for synchronicity of judgment. I was looking for every number that spoke judgment. I wasn't looking for angel numbers. I wasn't looking for this. I wasn't looking for that. Even though it did come across me, it was told to me by the same mystic that told me that I was chosen. So I started looking at the numbers. And when I was in Vegas, I started noticing when it was time for me to come back. This is when I started noticing when it was time for me to come back. When I started seeing the same number over and over again. Because I had to be here in Texas for the eclipse. I had to be here in Texas to seal the 12 tribes. I had to be here in Texas for that. I couldn't be in Las Vegas because that's not where the X marks the spot is. It wasn't coming across Vegas. It was coming right here across Texas. I had to be in this spot. The first thing, not only that, learning about the four angels. But here just recently I found out that the four pillars, massive pillars of light that I saw was the four angels. I just learned that with a download here recently. Those were the four angels. Or they are the four angels, the four pillars of light. If you ever hear someone talk about the angels, they say that they're massive and they're tall. What I saw was massive pillars. I didn't understand it. Well, I could see them reaching up into the heavens. But I later found out here recently that those are the four angels. These are the four that stand on the four corners of the earth. And that seal that was given to me, it was for me. It was for me to seal the 12 tribes. This is why I was pushed back here. This is why the Holy Spirit kept trying to send me back this way. This is why I kept seeing the same area code over and over again. So I knew it was time for me to come back. I knew it. Then my ancestors training me on my awareness of the unseen. But I learned I wasn't alone when I was in Las Vegas. But what really got me is when I called to my friend for 7 days. And he came to me in a spirit in a big, huge orb. And what really, really got me is when I saw the people being pummeled, but not just that. When my ex tried to threaten me with child support. And I told her, I said, you don't want to do that. Because I knew that I had something planned for me. I knew it was about prophecy, and this person was trying to step in between. And I saw a vision of this person coming to me with a pregnancy test saying I'm no longer pregnant. And I said it with authority. You're no longer pregnant. And for 7 days, this person had a miscarriage. for 7 days. That's 14. My friend died. Well, he was in a coma for 7 days. They let him go on the 7th day. And then my ex had a miscarriage for 7 days. That's 14 days. That's an ascension. That is an exodus. My friend exited out. The child exited out. 2 ascensions, or not ascensions, but 2 exodus, or what is it called? Harpazo. Or if you want to call it rapture. Not the way someone wants to go in an exodus, but the I Am took him. But I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know what was going on. So those that feel like that this can't be true, or this can't be right, or that's wrong, or fighting with themselves and not coming from here, not coming from the outside appearance or fleshly way of being, you won't ever see it. You won't ever understand it. You will only hold jealousy and malice. Because why this person? Or who is this person? Why did he get it? When it's really not about that, it's about prophecy. It's about prophecy, and it's always been about prophecy for me. Always been since the beginning. It's always been about prophecy. It's never been about gain. It's never been about being seen or wanting to be seen. To me, it's about prophecy. I can care about anything less. It's about, at the end of the day, it's about prophecy. It's about fulfilling Bible prophecy. That's it. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else but just fulfilling Bible prophecy. That's it. So you say Lucifer or Satan get to fulfill its prophecy, but the I Am can't fulfill its. It cannot send the Lamb throughout the entire earth. For as long as the Lamb's feet are touching the ground of the earth, any of you travels, remember that. So therefore, the Holy Spirit is everywhere. It's all over. For as long as it touches the earth, the Holy Spirit, the I Am, Yahshua Spirit, is all over the earth. But once the feet are removed from the earth, and there's no more restrainer, all hell breaks loose. So don't take offense to the things I'm saying. Don't feel like I think I'm better than anyone, because I'm not. I just have a title and I just have a job to do, and it's all about prophecy. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about views. I care about the word getting out. I care about people knowing that I am the Trinity. I'm here. That's all you need to know. And people need to learn to love each other. Because if you can't see that the I Am is here, Yahshua is here, the Holy Spirit is here, I don't know what to tell you. The I Am chose me for a reason. I received those three spirits for a reason. I received the lion spirit first, which is the Holy Spirit. I received the lamb spirit secondly. Everyone, that was even a trick. That was even a trick. Because believing at the beginning of the times that 2,000 years ago that the I Am was sending, or Yeshua was sending a spirit back in his place, the Holy Spirit, that was even a trick to make Satan believe that all of them, the Spirit was everywhere. That the Spirit was sent to the earth as soon as he was taken up. But when I received the Holy Spirit in my dream, and the very first time I hissed is the time I took my breath. That was the first spirit. I already received the seal. I already received the open book. Then the second, the I Am sent me a vision of a baby black lamb. That was Yeshua's spirit. And the last spirit, on April the 8th of 2024, that was the main reason why I was supposed to be, one of the main reasons, is to receive the spirit of the I Am. That's all, that's the Trinity right there, all three. How do you explain it? I don't think any of you can explain it. The year of the dragon, the day of the eclipse, passing at the same time as the eclipse is the devil's comet. Year of the dragon, that old serpent, the red dragon. You can put two and two together. You can piece it together like a puzzle. I did. I must say it was not easy, but it was not hard. Once I started reading the Bible, I was able to piece things together very, very easily and understand exactly what I was seeing. But at the time, I wasn't really sure what was being told to me. I didn't know how to take it. But the day I received, the day I heard the words, now they're open, and I said, prove it. And the very next day I find this, the book of Seven Seals. Yeah. This is when I knew. I was flat out told, the Lion of Judah. Flat out. No visions, no dreams. The beginning was vision and dreams. Then it was just flat out said, yeah, there's no mistaking. No mistaking. The I Am don't make mistakes. And there's no such thing as coincidence. Well, my video is going too long right now. So it's a little too late for me to say. Well, I know a lot of you are not going to watch it. Too late to say that. I should have said that in the beginning. I know a lot of you are going to scroll out. I know a lot of you are going to drop out. I know a lot of you ain't going to be able to accept it. A mystic told me that they ain't going to accept it. Even she knew before I even knew. Because I told her all the dreams and everything that's happened. She told me she was honored for me to be there around her. But I still didn't know who I was at that time. I still didn't really fully understood. And that was a year ago. But she knew exactly who I was. I knew because she asked me a certain question, and I was like, she's like, you still believe that? And I was like, yeah. But then she's like, She saw something else different. She already knew, but I didn't know. So she just said, many people are not going to accept it. And it's true. Many are not accepting. Many are refusing to believe. And many are walking over me. Walking right over me. Scroll right past me. Don't want to hear what I have to say. There's going to come a time it's going to come a time you're not going to be able to ignore. It's going to come a time you're not going to be able to ignore me any longer. And I'm just telling you, and it's up to the I am when it's ready to make things happen, not up to me. I'm just the Holy Spirit. But the I am is here too, so it's up to the I am. When it's ready, and it's divine timing. Always. It knew what it was doing, and it knew what it chose. Someone least expected. A small dot on the map. Not even a dot. A safety pin stick. A safety pin dot on the map. So I'm going to leave this here. I don't know how much more I can say. I just know many are not accepting. Many are in disbelief. And many have a lot of hardened hearts. Because I don't feel the love. Not on this planet, I don't. Because that's the problem. That is the major problem. Not feeling the love on this planet. I'm going to leave this here. Till the next time, the one out.